Hello, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the Good Morning Education Show. My name is Adenike Peters and I am going to be your host today. It's a very beautiful morning here on this side of the planet. We are streaming live from Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa to the entire world, and we are so excited to be with you this morning. If you're joining us for the first time, please feel free to let us know. Tell us your name and where you're joining us from. If you're here also on the show, if it's your first time, feel free to let us know. I have the bell of blessing right here with me, and I'll be so happy and excited to use it when necessary. Okay, so we have an exciting topic to share with you today. Without wasting much time, I'm going to introduce our analyst, Ugochi, to the show. Hi, Ugochi. Good morning.
Hi, Nike. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good to see you this morning.
Yes, good to see you too. It's been a long time.
I'm very
Okay,
well.
so
I'm fine. I'm fine.
all right, all right, that's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we wait for the other analysts, I think we should just head straight to the news, and then we can quickly review that. We have a guest today on the show, and it's a very, very interesting topic. I'm sure that everybody will be so excited, and there'll be so much that we all can learn from today's session and show. So without wasting more time, let me just go straight to the news. Okay. Seems there's a little itch in the internet. Ugochi, were you able to catch up on any of the news? My internet over here was a bit
I
shaky.
just
Were
saw
you able
one.
to catch up on any of the
The
news?
one about yes,
Okay.
the video was yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was just one I was able to see. The one of
Okay.
1,000 scholarships that the senator is providing. And that was the
Okay.
last one I saw before the events coming up. I don't know if there were other ones before, but that was the only one I was able to see. So I think that it's a great idea
Okay.
that a senator is doing that. We need more people to come up and do stuff like that because we have a lot of hindrances, there
I
is
agree
a
with you,
take home. So we need
Gucci.
as many scholarships as possible to have access.
Oh dear. Okay. Hello, Gucci. Can you hear me? Hello,
Yes, I can
Gucci.
hear you now. It was,
Okay. Okay. Fantastic.
I
So
can hear you. Can you hear me?
yes, I can. I can hear you now. Okay, so there was one striking one for me. It had to do with ex-president Obasanjo talking about over 4 million children out of school, and that is actually very striking that we have such huge number of children that are out of school at this day and age. And I'm sincerely hoping that our government can actually get to do something about that. Okay, apologies for the internet. We
Yeah,
have a
the
special guest in the
COVID
house today.
situation.
There's a bit of a delay. What did you say, Gochi? Hello? Okay,
Okay,
you know what? I'll
I
just
think
go
maybe
on.
I should go out and come back in because there's something wrong with the network.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right, that's fine.
So I'll
So we
go
have
out and come back in.
okay, okay, okay. So while we wait for Gochi, I'll just go ahead and introduce our guest because she's already in the house. It says, "Hey, teacher, your skin matters," and we have the cosmetologist house. She's an expert, and teachers, educators out there, I need you to start coming up with all of your questions so that we can throw them right back at her, and I'm sure she will have amazing answers for each and every one of them. So without wasting more time, our guest today, her name is Kaylani. I hope I got that right. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are
Hello.
you?
Hi, good morning.
Hi,
Can
can you
you
hear
hear
me?
me?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear. I can
I
hear
am
you.
doing very well. Yes, I can.
Thank you for
How are
having
you
me.
doing today?
I'm
You look really
fantastic.
gorgeous, by the way.
Thank
Thank
you so
you
much.
for being available on the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, welcome back, Ugochi.
Can you hear me better
Hi,
now?
Ugochi. I think so. Yes, yes, I think so. Okay, so we have our guest in the house. Her name is Kelani. Please permit me. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly.
It's
Hello,
actually Kalani.
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 Okay, okay. All the
Yeah.
way
But you
from
could
Port
call me
Harcourt.
Kay.
Can call you Kay. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. She's live from Port Harcourt, and yes.
Thank you.
Welcome to the
All right,
show.
welcome. So let's just get straight into the topic for today. It says, "Hey teacher, your skin matters." But before we go into the topic for real, I would like you to introduce yourself. Tell us about you and what you do.
Okay. So I'll just quickly do that. So my name is Kalani Abi Korupamo, and
Mm.
I'm a cosmetologist, internationally certified. I'm the founder of Cage Cosmetics, and I help individuals get noticed skin first. So I help them to make their skin health welfare their priority.
Fantastic, fantastic. So tell us really, what is the fuss about skincare generally? What about
Ooh.
the skin?
Wait, let me get your question. Did you say what is skincare? Is that what you said?
No, I mean, what is the fuss about skincare?
Oh, like
Yes. Why
what's the big
skincare? Why
deal?
does the
Post
skin
about it.
matter? Yes. Why does skincare
Oh,
matter,
right.
really?
It is. Well, to be honest, in my opinion, it matters
Mm-hmm.
because for me, I feel like the first time you walk into a room, irrespective of what the makeup or your hair, your dress, people notice your skin because it's what you have going on for you. I mean, you live in it, you walk
Mm-hmm.
around in it. So people tend to notice your skin. And most importantly, your skin tells how well you are health wise. Okay. So
Mm,
from looking at someone's skin, I can actually tell how healthy they are. So
mm,
sometimes it's not just about, the, outward appearance and trying to look really nice and glowing and all that, but it's just, taking that responsibility to take care of yourself and put you first. So for me, I don't think it's more like a rave. I think it's more like a responsibility. So skincare for me is like a responsibility as opposed to like, something everybody's, doing skincare. So yeah.
Fantastic. I like that. Skincare should be seen as a responsibility. That's a huge one. So I know that there are various types of skin. Like you have the dry skin, the oily skin. Some say there's sensitive and combination. Can you please just elaborate on that, and really how can we get to identify what category we fall in? Because you'll be surprised a lot of people still don't know.
Okay, so with our skin, you have to listen to what your skin tells you constantly, and your skin is always changing. So we have skin cycles, and it takes like 28 days for like a total skin cycle to take place. The older we get, it gets longer, it gets 60 days. Now, during that period, my skin could start out as normal skin. So with normal skin is that perfect skin that we all want to have. Your pores are not visible, you're not oily, you look really youthful, clear, beautiful skin, normal skin, not too much, moisture content. It's just perfect. Then again, you have another set, which is oily skin. So oily skin is when you kind of like, you could easily notice it if you've just finished washing your face and you spend 30 minutes without putting anything on, and you look into the mirror, you kind of like see that your face has lots of sebum, which is the oil being produced on your face. You could actually see like large pores, maybe white or black heads, sticking out, looking at you. And if you're not lucky, one or two acnes. For combination skin, that's where you kind of like have, your T-zones are oily, but the rest of your face feels really dry. It might not be too dry, but compared to the scent, it's more dry. For sensitive skin, it just, your skin is generally reactive to anything basically. So you're not at the liberty to use certain products. You could easily get sensitized. You could put on something and it could obviously react on your face. And basically it could be itchy, it could be red, it could be inflamed, just because maybe you're using something that maybe there's a product or an ingredient that is included in the product that is, affecting your skin. Sometimes we might have normal skin, but our skin could be sensitized. So sometimes it's easy to say, okay, I have one skin type. But when I see clients and, during consultations, I realize that sometimes they're dealing with not just one, skin type, but they're kind of like transiting into another skin type with multiple skin conditions. So let me not confuse you. For example, let's say Jane walks into my office and she wants to have a consultation, and I'm looking at her. I can clearly see that Jane has, combination skin, and I can clearly see that. But I can also see that Jane is inflamed. I can see that Jane has, lots of redness around and like she's itchy. So I could see that Jane is transiting from combination skin right into sensitive skin. Now, the difference between those two and what has happened between that time frame could be what Jane has done to her skin within the 28 days or within the 60 days if Jane is on the mature scale. So if anything, if Jane has used a product that was too harsh, if Jane has not taken care of her skin properly, her skin barrier might be impaired. So Jane is tilting into sensitive skin. So for me to help Jane maintain her combination skin, as it were, and or keep her there or move her to normal skin over time, Jane would have to take up that responsibility to look after her skin, to follow the proper skincare routine for her skin type, and rightfully so, use the right products for her skin type.
Okay, fantastic. So, you kept emphasizing on the right products, meaning that there are certain products that, depending on your skin type, there's some products you should actually avoid. So, I would like to ask, are there specific, maybe, say ingredients, because I mean, personally, these days when I buy things, I have to like look at, the combination, the ingredients at the back. Yeah. So, are there specific, compounds, chemicals, ingredients that people need to look out for. So you can easily tell because not all products have specifically for oily skin written on it or strictly for dry skin. So how can people really tell when they need to get a skincare product, just by reading through the label and then looking through the ingredients that make up that particular product? What are those key ingredients they need to look out for? The ones to look out for and the ones to avoid.
Okay, so generally, thanks to innovation, lots of beauty products, cosmetics, color, or skincare tend to have written on them. Like, for example, if you have oily skin, your eye should be fixed on looking out for products that have written on it oil-free. Okay,
Okay.
oil-free. So you know that that product is right for you. So using it, it's not adding more oil to your skin, which your skin is already so oily. For normal skin, you tend to have skincare products that will say, oh, for normal skin, for combination skin, for dry skin. So the knowledge for you knowing, first of all, the ingredients, the products that are right for your skin type is understanding your skin type. Then you're more knowledgeable in selecting the products that are right for you. But for me, I would usually advise that for people who have sensitive skin and even oily skin, try to reduce, try to take products that don't contain alcohol. So look for alcohol-free, products. If you have sensitive skin, try to look for products that don't contain essential oils, fragrance, because those are things that could trigger, a reaction that your skin might not be able to handle because of how sensitive your skin is, at the point. So for people with dry skin, look for, ingredients that are hydrating, like your vitamin E, your ceramides, hyaluronic acid. Try to look out for those things. And, another thing is look for products that are hypoallergenic, meaning they have limited ingredients in it that would cause you an allergic reaction if you have sensitive skin.
Okay, very much. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so I was thinking that you know how it is that when we use a certain type of drug for a period of time, the efficacy of that drug tends to drop. Does this principle also apply to beauty products?
I would say like I know people normally say like, oh, I've been using this cream from secondary school and all that. The truth is your skin is a living organism. I mean it's alive. So it's like saying I take orange juice every morning. Does it stop vitamin C from getting into your body? No, it doesn't. So you could take orange juice from now till you're 100, right? But you're still getting vitamin C. But you realize that the older you get, right, what you need from the vitamin C from the orange juice differs. So you're growing, you need vitamin C. So the older you get, you kind of like see that your body is slowing down, insulin production and all that. So your body tends to take more of the fructose from the orange juice. That's more of the sugar, which is not exactly so healthy for you. And if you're not working out or you're not active, then it could cause issues. Now, comparing that to skincare, if you're using a particular product, you need to understand that you are using the product to solve or help you solve a particular skin condition or maintain the skin health of your skin. So example now, if let's say you were 16 and you were using a particular product, when you were 45, that particular product might not be okay for you in the sense that the benefit you were getting when you were 16 from that product is not what you'll be getting now. Because at 45, you're looking at anti-aging, your collagen levels have dropped. So you're not as youthful, you're not as radiant in skin health wise. So you need products that would actually boost and help. When you're 16, your hormones are perfect, you have collagen, you have everything. So you're basically using a cream just to keep your skin moisturized and protect against the sun. But you need to understand that at at 45, I'm still using that maybe cute cream that my mom gave me, and it's a different component. So you have to give your skin what it needs at every given point in time. So understanding where you are in, with your age and your hormones and what is expected of your skin at that point, and giving it, the right, I don't want to use the word resources, but giving it the right food, nutrients, and vitamins, minerals to sustain it, would help. Because however you look after your skin now, let's say, in 10 years from now, it would show. So if you're not looking after your skin in your 20s, in your 30s or your 40s, it's going to show.
Thank you so much for that. So it really boils down to you, first of all, getting to know yourself, understand your body and your skin, the way it reacts to certain products and certain environments. So that way you are able to know what is lacking and what you need to, feed your skin with. Like you said, it is life. So it should always come alive. I love that. And I was going to ask you a question, but you already answered it. It was about anti-aging products. I wanted to ask at what age should people actually consider using such product? But you already answered that at age 45, right? We should start
no. Anti-aging starts from 25. So you
from
start
25.
incorporating anti-aging from 25. Yes, please.
Okay.
Because
Thank you
at
for
45,
that.
it's not like it's too late, right, to start. But from 25, that's when you can start introducing your retinols and everything anti-aging. Because like I said, you're preparing yourself for later, isn't it? So you start taking care at 25. Because when you get to 30, between 30 and 35, your collagen, production starts to reduce, and all these things come to play because of our hormones, So from 25 is a good time.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Gochi, do you have questions? Please feel free. Hello, Gochi.
Okay, so
Gochi,
my
can
own
you hear
question,
us?
can you still hear me?
Yes,
Yes, I
we
can
can
hear
hear you
you.
now.
Can you hear me? Okay, so my own question would have to be about food, like natural foods. What, in your own opinion, what are the best natural foods that one can eat? So aside, products and all that, what are the best natural foods that people can eat, just buy, eat regularly, and that can help their skin?
Okay, so for your skin, I would say this is an interesting question, because in my book there's a chapter called antioxidants, your skin's best friends. They're like your skin besties, right? So antioxidants are those things that basically help us to achieve optimal skin health. So we're looking at vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C. And I tend to see that most people we don't eat the rainbow. So you're having food, right? And you're eating. And all you could see, let's say rice, stew, and maybe protein. It could be chicken, it could be beef. And I'm not seeing there's no vegetable. Sometimes, yes, you can throw in your occasional efforiro there, but you see that by the time the efforiro hits your plate, it's lost all its nutrients because it's been overcooked. So sometimes you have to space it. So if you're starting your day in the morning, I like to start my day with antioxidants. So I'm having green tea. Green tea is like a natural sun protector. So it helps you, it protects your skin against oxidative stress and the rays from the sun. I'm not saying that don't use sunscreen because you're drinking green tea, but start your day with a good antioxidant. I'm not a coffee person, so I get my caffeine from green tea. It might not be as much as it's contained in coffee, but it gives me what I need. So green tea, start my day with green tea, or warm water with lemon in it, just to kickstart my organs and help, like flushing the toxins out and everything. And then midday I try to take like a glass of I call it the glow elixir, which is like carrot juice. Carrot juice is so phenomenal. It keeps you full, but it contains lots of minerals and vitamins for your skin. It contains vitamin A, which is good for your eyes. So, when people look at you and they say, oh, your eyes are so white, what are you doing? Are you using an eye drop or this? And I'm like, no, I just take carrot juice. I'm like, oh, but how can you keep, and especially the topic is, hey teacher, your skin matters. So I have to, and let me tie it into the teachers now, because sometimes you see teachers, you go for school runs, and I mean, I've been a pupil before, I've been a student, so I understand, like, it gets really tedious. You're preparing your notes and all that, but in the morning you kind of like see teachers, and in as much as their voice sounds bright, like hello, good morning, but looking at the teacher, you could see that she's totally worn out. And from the first thing you would notice is from her eyes. You're looking at undisputably the dark circles under her eyes, obviously lack of poor sleep, or maybe allergies or something, swollen lids. Maybe she had a late night meal, contained so much sodium. And then you start looking at how red her eyes are, but she's trying to mask it with maybe mascara and eyeliner. And I'm thinking, how many teachers look like this? And you have like students who are constantly looking up to their teachers and like, oh, I want to look like my daughter will say like, oh, I love my teacher, I love her, I love her shoes. So you see that students are actually constantly watching, children are actually, paying attention. So if your skin comes out looking ashy to them, care of my skin, because my teacher's skin is ashy. Why should mine be shy? Like, what's the use? So when you take things like cucumbers, you take fruits like almond nuts. Almond nuts contain like vitamin E, which helps give you that natural sheen. So you know how sometimes let's say you're running, you want to go outside for exercise, and you don't even take your bath, you just wash your face and you just apply your sunscreen, and someone bumps into you on the road and goes like, you start having a conversation, and the person goes like, oh, your skin is really nice, and you're wondering, I didn't even put on lotion on my skin today, so what is this person looking at? It's that natural sheen that you have from taking things like almond nuts or avocados, natural good monosaturated fats that would actually help you. So I would love to say that eat the rainbow. Try to take like your berries, your grapes, and try to eat fruits and vegetables in season. There's a reason why, example, during the Harmattan, you kind of like have lots of citrus fruit, because during that period, for example, it's really, really, really cold. People get all the sniffles and all that. So God has created Earth in a way that it's sustainable for you, if only you can reach out to get that sustenance. So instead of you reaching out so spend more time buying those things. If you notice, during like what's it called, rainy season, you have other things like pineapples. Pineapples contain bromelain, which is an enzyme. It is the best cough syrup ever. Apart from being the best cough syrup, it actually helps with your skin, making your skin really smooth and reducing cellulite. You do know that when rain falls, you tend to not exercise as much as you should. So sitting down like a couch potato increases your cellulite level, increases the weight gain. So you see all these things kind of like, it's like a cycle. So if you're taking like, the pineapple juice during that period and rain is falling, I'm not saying that, you might not catch a cold or cough, but it's most likely if you're taking good care of yourself, you might not, if you get what I mean. Bromelain will help you, and at the same time your skin will actually come out looking good. Most times, especially during the pandemic, most people were not going out, most people were not moving about, and then you tend to see, now that we could actually move around, you tend to see some people you've not seen in a while, and you could really see that the pandemic took a toll on their total being, because they were out of their sort, like they were not exercising, maybe they were not eating right per se, but then again, it makes you now see the importance of these things. You're not now just, so food is like medicine. I would say, like, if you want like long hair, try to take foods that contain biotin, try to take like your, for help, fortified cereals. And if you're not a dairy person, you can switch to dairy free, like almond milk, and you can make yours yourself, tiger nut milk. So there is always an alternative, for healthy skin in what we eat, and drink lots of water. Water is your best friend.
All right. Thank you so much, Kay. Ugochi, do you have more questions? Or rather, wait, Ugochi, before you ask your questions, Kay, you mentioned
so much. I really loved all the
Sorry, there's a bit of interference. Ugochi. Hi, Ugochi.
Like, it's just crazy. I don't even know what to do. I really don't know how we're going to solve it. Like, there is a lag, and I don't know.
Oh, okay, that was a question. Kay, did you get that question? Hello,
No, no,
Kay. Did you get?
could you repeat
Ugochi,
yourself,
please, can you
please?
repeat your question?
I was, yeah, I was. Okay, so I was saying that I really like the way she explained the various kinds of food, how the food can actually help with your eyes, your
Mhm.
skin, and all. And then she talked about
Mm.
cellulite, and she gave an example. So aside pineapple, right, is there any other fruit or food that is really helpful with cellulite?
Yes, caffeine, the
No, you
antioxidants in
also mentioned
coffee is
exercising is
good.
great for cellulite.
And lots of water, lots
Okay.
of water would really, really help. And another thing I would advise is that when you're giving yourself a bath, like
Mhm.
I was speaking to someone this morning and I was saying, like, sometimes I take an hour, when I'm taking and the person was like, what are you doing for an hour? And I said, I do certain things before I actually hit the shower. Now, one of them I will share with you is actually dry exfoliating. Okay, so this is when you take a dry brush and it's almost like you are activating your lymphatic system. So one thing for optimal skin health is making sure you are able not to retain toxins in your body, because your skin is an excretory organ, isn't it? So it's your skin is one of the ways that you have to remove those toxins. So you have to help your skin activate its lymphatic, system. So one way to do that is get a dry brush and actually like dry brush your body before you actually shower. It's really therapeutic. At the same time, it causes blood circulation to flow, and you would notice that it helps you get regenerated and it will just take maybe maximum like 15 minutes, but most times we don't do that. So you tend to see that maybe when you go to the spa for a spa treatment, they tend to have that for you and you come out feeling very, oh, I love my time at the spa. And you go back whenever you go back and you spend more money. But this is something that you can actually do for yourself. All you need to get is like a brush for it and pamper yourself. So self-care is not just brushing your teeth in the morning, washed my face, I've had my shower. Self-care is care in itself, meaning you take your time. When you care for
Time.
something, you take your time to protect it. You take your time to notice it. Don't get too comfortable with the fact that, that okay, my skin, anything, you have people who say anything I eat, I don't add weight. You've heard people say that, right? Oh, my
Yes.
body type is such that anything I eat. And you have people who also think that, oh, anything I eat, it doesn't show on my skin or it doesn't show on my face. But I kid you not, 10 years from now, the story is not going to be the same. 2 years from now, the story is not going to be the same, because your hormones are constantly changing. It may not look like a drastic change, but it is. And then when that happens, you tend to see that, oh, when I was younger, I never battled with acne. I've heard lots of clients tell me that. But I don't know, as I just turned 35 and I just started noticing my jawline. It just, it just kept on coming and going. And I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, I wonder what you did 5 years ago. I wonder
Mm.
what you did 10 years ago. Because
Mm.
then it wasn't showing, but now it's all glaring. And it's coming full gun blazing because it has
Mm.
taken its time. The skin will not rush you. It will take time and it would run its course, whatever it is. So that's why you kind of see people saying, okay, I've had acne for a long time, 2 years, 3 years. Oh, I've been dealing with it back and forth. So self-care is consistent. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint race. It's a marathon.
It's a lifestyle. Thank you so much, Kay, for that. You know, you've mentioned a lot about certain things that people should do, like the kind of food to eat. You mentioned quite a number of practices that can graduate into habits and lifestyle on how to, take care of your skin. So what are those things that you would say people should avoid? Okay, you've mentioned a lot on what people should take in. What are those things that people should avoid in terms of food or even bad habits? Because there are times that some of these teachers and even people in general, we do these things and we're not exactly sure that it's harmful for our skin. Can you please share more light on that?
Okay, the number one thing is always reapply sunscreen. So that's under the good.
People
Okay.
leave their homes without using a sunscreen. And to them, it's like, what am I using a sunscreen for? I mean, the classroom I sit in has AC, there's a fan, I'm not under the sun. And even when I'm done teaching
Students, there's a staff bus that takes me directly to my house. And where the staff bus drops me, it's like a 1 minute walk into my house. So why am I using sunscreen?
you know, we all kind of like use sunscreen all the time because it would actually help protect our skin against UV rays. Now, the UV rays would come into our skin in as much as we don't see or feel it. It's radiation. So it could come in through the glass, it could come in into the room in as much as like the room is cool and everything. So you have to protect your skin even when it's raining, even when it's cloudy, even when snow is falling. Make sure you have your sunscreen. Secondly, I would say like you have to be conscious of the perfumes or the creams you apply before you come into class, because you're coming into it depending on the the age that you're teaching. If you're teaching toddlers or you're teaching nursery and primary, people kind of like have allergies. Okay, so you need to be sensitive to the fact that you might have a student who has allergies or might have asthma or something. So you might not be the trigger. You tend to realize that anytime you start teaching, oh, this student is not concentrating. Every time I start talking, the person starts to itch his eye. He distracting everybody. I have to report you to the headmistress or this, and it's not necessarily the student's fault. You might actually have used a perfume or what the soap you might have used to actually wash your clothes or something. So try to be sensitive, in choosing products as the teacher. Now, it's not a bad thing because it's your calling. I mean, you are a teacher, so you're called into service. So when you're selecting your perfumes, try not to be, I know everybody likes to oud perfumes and they want you want your scent to be smelled from a mile away, but just be conscious, so you don't start, it doesn't, cause a trigger to another student in class. Another thing I would say, like bad practices, would be, not taking time to look appropriately. Okay, like take time to comb your hair, brush your hair. Don't look harassed. Like, do not look harassed. I don't. It's almost like you're saying this because you kind of like feel you have time. Nobody has time. Everyone creates time. You can wake up 5 minutes early. Most times, I mean, I'm a natural hair person, but most times when you see me, I'm either on my way. But when I have my natural hair, I make sure it's done right. Or I don't look harassed and don't give the excuse of, okay, because I don't use makeup. No, makeup is not what puts you together. Your skin is what keeps you. So if you have healthy skin, even with the lip balm, you're good to go. But take time to look your part. Be that teacher your student wants to boast about, to say, this is my vision board. I want to be like my teacher when I grow up. So if you know that you're not that teacher in terms of how you relate with them, in terms of how you discuss with them, in terms of how you look, if they cannot look at you and say, I want to emulate this look, then teacher, you need to think again. Okay, because you, at the time they spend with you in class, they are absorbing a whole lot from looking at how your hair, your earrings, or what you're wearing, even how you smell. They are absorbing a whole lot. So it's not just about the mathematics that you were teaching. They are learning so many other things from you. So you, in that time, you are like that. You are like the beauty they see. So if you are not playing the part, they take a perspective of beauty from what they feel from you, and that's what they carry on into the later stages in life. So now, in as much as their parents and whatever they learn from home is applicable, like, oh, after all, I'm not the mother, I'm not the father, I'm not the one to teach them, but they spend more time. Like, I know how my kids tell me, like, they still remember the teacher, and I can totally relate why they love that teacher, because every time I go to her class, oh my goodness, she is on point. Her smile, her skin, even during hammer time, like she's checking their nails, she's checking their skin. Why do you look ashy? Come, don't look ashy. You make sure you. And I'm like, this is so beautiful. And it shows in her appearance. And why would you not want to sit in that lady's class? Why would you not want to understand? Why would you not understand that, a noun is a noun when that lady is talking to you? Because she's just such an aura, So you don't want to be distracted, when the pupils are looking at you and they're wondering, why is
she all right?
You don't want that. So there's so many things that you just need to take into consideration. Just like the same way when you're sending your kids to school and you're trying to make sure you're not putting foods that are, how we can have foods that the smells the food tastes good, but the smells can be a bit offensive. Imagine so many people are opening their food flasks and you're smelling A, B, C, and D. So you try to be considerate too as a mom, like, stick to the, keep those ones in the house. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying don't give your food, but you get what I mean. You are conscious of absolutely. The environment that you are in. You're just being conscious, So I'm just it's so funny. But basically, it's just for us to understand that you cannot use your sunscreen. If you're reapplying your sunscreen every 2 hours, your students are seeing you, they are learning from you. And they go like, oh, why are you using that cream? And you're explaining to them, it's the sunscreen. Sunscreens are used for this. And children as well should start using sunscreen from 6 months. So
wow.
Yeah. So that is part of self-care, because one of the deadliest form of cancer that we most times neglect is melanoma, and it's skin cancer. Sometimes you could get it on your scalp, you could get it on your lips. It can come up as a mole, and you won't even know. You just say, in my family, we just have these skin moles or skin tags. We don't even know. And then you go see a dermatologist, and you realize that, oh my goodness. And this could have been avoided. So you teach them young by being that example for yourself,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Kay. I can totally agree and relate with you. It's not just about the passion you have for teaching. It's not just about your knowledge, but also about looking good. That way, even the children, they feel more they're ready to listen to you. They're ready to learn because the teacher looks attractive.
I have examples of this one. That sometimes I just visit schools to have the sessions with the students. So I had been to a school before, and the children heard I had written another book. So they asked me to come again. And the day they heard I was coming, I think that day the students were supposed to wear jeans. So when I got there, the teacher pointed out one of the girls to me, and she said, when this girl heard you are coming today she made sure that she wore her best pants and she wore high-heeled shoes. Like she wasn't wearing the regular canvas, she wore correct shoes. And that was because she really liked the way I looked the last time I came. So she just wanted to represent her. It was so interesting, but it boils down to that. Many times the reason children do not want to be teachers is just because they don't like what they are seeing. They are visual at this stage. So if it's looking like the teaching profession is people suffer head in quotes, they don't want that. And that's why they want to be musicians, because they feel like those ones are the ones balling. Right. And that is not necessarily right, So I think that appearance thing is so important.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And we talk a lot about women, the ladies, when we're talking about skincare and self-love. We talk more about the women. What about the men? What do you have to say to the men? I mean, we have male teachers as well. What are those things can do to, you know, pay attention to their skin. Most guys just wake up in the morning, they have their bath with pretty much
Yeah,
any
tell
type
me
of
about
soap,
it.
and then they're out of the house. You know, so what do you have to say to them?
I would tell them, like, try to obviously have a self and skincare routine. Now, when I say this, I'm not, don't get scared to say, oh, do you mean I have to go put on lipstick or the, no, no, no. What I'm trying to say is get a proper routine. Cleanse your face with a proper cleanser, a hydrating cleanser that's suitable for your skin type. Try to exfoliate your face because you have like lots of, hair follicles. Your skin is really thick. And, to get rid of the sunburn and everything, try to exfoliate your face like at least once a week with a physical exfoliator. And then have a serum, like a hydrating or antioxidant serum that will help you, because it's easy for serums to penetrate into men's skin because it's thicker. And then a nice moisturizer that contains sunscreen. Please, please, please resist and desist, or I don't even know what to say. Stop using your wife's. That is, oh, I don't know. I just picked up what it was on my wife's table or my girlfriend's table or my sister or my cousin. No, 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 no. That is why you tend to see most guys have either this Coke, Fanta, yellow, pink, and their skin is just
Mixed
all over the
coloration.
place because they're just using different things. So why don't you just get something? And now this is for men, and then the women who love them, look out for them. Okay, so if you're picking your own and you're going out for your own self-care shopping, ask the esthetician or the dermatologist or the skincare person who is attending to you, the advisor in the store, what is suitable for my man or my brother or my uncle or whatever, or my dad, or this is what his skin looks like, and they would help you so that you're sure that they are not just using bar soap on their face, which is no, because it will strip your face of your natural oils. Or they are not just using any cream on their face that does not contain sunscreen. So we need to also stand in the gap and look out for them. Okay, so in your staff room, when you're reapplying your lipstick after you've had that nice salad, keeping fit as a teacher, and you're looking at across the table, you see Mr. John, the fine arts teacher, coming in looking scruffy. Come on now, pull him aside and say, Mr. John, you did an amazing work today with the students. I love the portraits and the landscape that they're drawing, but please try to take time. Use a lip balm. Your lips should not look crusty. Now, look at me now. I'm speaking, right? You, apart from the fact that maybe I'm the person speaking, so you have to listen to me, you would be drawn to my lips because one thing you're thinking, oh, she has a nice lipstick on. Or the color is matching her skin tone. Likewise, even if you don't have lipstick on, if your lips are dry and crusty, I would be wondering, I might not focus on what you're saying. My focus will be on, why is his lip, Mr. John, can I ask a question? And you're thinking the student wants to ask you one very serious question. Mr. John, do you have a wound on? Why is your lip?
And children can be very funny.
You can ask all sorts of questions. Gosh.
So you can use a lip scrub. Try to incorporate lip scrubs. You can actually make it at home yourself. So just mix 1 part of olive oil with honey and granulated sugar. Mix it together and just put it on your toothbrush or use your finger and just in circular motions, massage your lips so that your lips are not crusty, and then apply your lip balm. And that's it. We're not asking you to use lipstick. We're not asking for too much. We're just saying, hey, Mr. Jones, and all those who represent Mr. Jones, just look the part. Just look the part.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Ugochi, do you have more questions?
I think she's answered the questions that the things that are important to me. She's talked about eating right, because I know while products are really great, I also want to see what can we be doing from the inside, and then of course adding it to the outside. And then she also talked about green tea every morning. And I really appreciated that information because I started taking green tea every morning last month. I started because I had read that it was good to do, but I just used to drink green tea once in a while. But I just did it, and at the point I was asking myself, am I seeing the effect? But then again, I realized that it's not immediately you see the effect.
It takes time. Yes, you need to give it time.
It takes time. Yes, so I really like that. And I also like the fact she mentioned exercising as, one of the things, because again, people think it's just, get all the products in the world. No, there's a lot to eat, basically. Yes.
True.
And yeah, it's been an interesting conversation. Thank you so much, Kate.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, I have one more if you don't mind.
No
So
problem.
there's this there are usually products that they say use in the morning and some are for nighttime. Is it really necessary? Because these days people are trying to cut costs. Why can't they just use the same product and then use it in the morning and then use it at night? Why do they have to? Isn't it really necessary to have separate products? Use one in the morning and then evening time.
Okay. So now I would let me give you this illustration. So a banana is a banana, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's filling. It's it's a filling, satisfying fruit. You could have it in the morning, afternoon, or evening, right?
Okay.
But when you
Yes.
have it in the morning, it fills you up. It gives you fuel for the rest of the day, and it releases potassium, so your blood pressure is in check. Your heart rate is not too high, and then in the evening when you have it, you have more of indigestion when you take it. But the thing is, you still took a banana. So likewise with skincare, the products are the products, but the ingredients and the actives that are contained in those products tend to work differently with the climate or the temperature. So you cannot necessarily use certain actives and the sun is all out blazing on you, because those actives are not meant to be exposed to heat, because they are very, very what's it called now? They're temporal, like they don't last. For example, you could use glycolic acid as an exfoliant, or like your sugar scrub as an exfoliant, in as much as it's good, you're scrubbing your body and all that, but it leaves your skin more sensitive to the sun because it is an exfoliator. What am I trying to say? Anything that removes the dead skin cells from your body and exposes the new skin, leaves your skin more vulnerable to the
Yes.
sun rays. So you have to
The
use something.
harshness of the sun.
Exactly. And most of them are like treatments. So what I do is I tend to advise clients, try to move all those things to nighttime when you know that you're not being exposed to oxidative stress, anything that would tamper the alteration of what you're trying to achieve. That is why you see most times, most people who make all these organic creams and, formulators, you have lots of clients come to me to say, I use this and my skin is damaged. And I asked them one question. I said, what is the shelf life? How are you supposed to use this product? And they say, I don't know. When she gave it to me, she just said I should use it and that's it. And most of these things are in their natural states. So the way you cannot keep a banana under the hot sun and just think it's okay, it's a fruit, you will come back and it has withered. Or you leave it on the table and you don't even care. Before you know it, muco has covered it and decomposed it. It has started decomposing.
Absolutely.
The same thing with our skincare products. We need to understand how to keep them and how to use them. So that's why, you have like products that you can use in the morning and night, but you can get there are products you can use universally. Like you could have a moisturizer that you can use in the morning. At the same time, you can use that moisturizer at night. The only difference is that you would add your sunscreen to the moisturizer in the morning, and in the evening, you won't need to use your moisturizer. Do you get what I mean? So there are certain things like your face wash now. You could have the one you're using in the morning. You can still use it at night. There is no difference. The only thing that you would have to include in the night might be your treatment. And in the case where you don't have anything to treat, maybe you don't have dry skin, so you're not using a hydrating serum, or your skin is not dull, so you're not using like a glow serum or anything, then that's fine, But if you have to use treatments or actives in your routine, I would suggest that you could use it, at night. Because some things are used for protecting, some things are used for preventing.
I love that. Some things are used for protecting and some are used for preventing. Thank you so much, Kay. Ugochi, I think we should take some comments because we've spent a lot of time talking.
I didn't get your
I think it's because
question.
we're ladies, right? We've asked Kay a lot of questions. let's take comments from the audience. Okay. So yes, this is from Rhoda.
Okay, she says, interesting topic for teachers. Good skincare could matter to self-esteem, correct? Teachers who struggle with self-esteem tend to struggle with building relationships. All learning is relationships. So she's asking you, Kay, good skin, does it affect self-esteem?
Okay. So I would love to answer this by asking one simple question. So the lady or the man who has self-esteem, did he wake up that morning to think that he would not brush his teeth or have a shower? Sometimes they do, don't get me wrong. But now we're referring to a teacher. So I want to assume or presume that the teacher has done one or two unnecessary things. The teacher has either used the toilet or has either washed his or her hands or has either taken a glass of water. If you think these things are necessary or should be done, why shouldn't skincare be one of them? And one thing I noticed about skincare is that it puts you in control in some form of way. It gives you a routine. It's therapeutic. So I feel like adopting a nice skincare routine or a routine of some sort that helps your body or your skin would actually make your self-esteem, you would feel good about yourself. It's like having to wake up in the morning and you lay your bed, you know that you've accomplished one task of the day. It gives you that powers to just feel like, okay, I can accomplish other tasks in the day. So the same thing with skincare. If you adopt a good skincare routine, it might not be a drastic change, but even when you just notice that my skin is now looking, there's a way my skin is looking without this powder that I used to pack on my face. So you will not just start feeling cool that when you get to the staff room and maybe Mr. Obi that you've been liking, but he has not really given you face to now greet you that morning. Like, you just be like, did he notice me? You will now start having this pep in your step, and you kind of like, it kind of gives you this confidence, like, okay, so my skin is popping, like this person is noticing me. And then next thing, you kind of like have this maybe student in your class that doesn't talk, and then that day the student just goes like, good morning, Mrs. Roseling, and you're like, hey, Emeka spoke to me today. Emeka noticed me. I would wash my face, I would rub my sun, you kind of like feel good, and you leave feeling, apart from accomplished, you just have this pep in your step when you're holding your bag and you're going home or you're driving. You just want to you just be excited and happy. So it does uplift. It does also help you, and it keeps you stable. So I think it's one of the tools that you can use to build your self-esteem. I do believe that.
Thank you so much for that.
Folu says, riding on what you just said, Kay, do natural products like shea butter, coconut oil, etc. have a validity period?
Okay, yes, I feel they do, because sometimes these oils, based on the environment that you keep them, like you do know that coconut and shea butter, if you keep them in room temperature, they solidify. And if you keep them in a really, really, really hot temperature, they become really liquid. So that constant change in temperature can cause the product to become rancid. That is why sometimes you're about to use coconut oil and to cook on your skin. It has this smell. You will know that it's off. The same way you keep a coconut on the table and the coconut goes bad, you can't eat it anymore. That's the same way the oil in the coconut can go rancid. When it goes rancid, it has lost its vitality. It has lost those nutrients that you are actually needing. So when you're putting a rancid oil on your skin, you're not actually getting those anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, anti this, anti that comes with the coconut oil. You are now applying a substance that could cause an allergic reaction. You are now applying a substance that could either give you rashes, that could break you out in pimples, that could so many other stuff. And then you tend to think that, oh, coconut oil is not nice for me. oh, shea butter did this. So you need to understand that. Don't keep things for too long. Try to use them as it comes. Use them. You know, you have people who say, yes, there are certain oils that have a long shelf life. Like I know shea butter, Ori in its original state, has a long shelf life. But you know, you don't want to keep it for so long because just like
It is. It
everything,
even mean that you're not using it
and why do you
because
say
it's
you're
supposed
not
to be
using it?
depleting.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know, so just use it, you know, use it. I like using things when it's fresh, and you know, like if I make my coconut oil now, I don't make too much. I just make the quantity that I know that I need, and within like a week I'm done. I'm making another batch, you know, because it's a bit tedious, you know, to do, and you're just using it, and you would see the results if you're using maybe for your hair or your feet or whatever you're using the oil for. You tend to see it's not going to be rancid, you know.
So, speaking on this coconut oil matter, is it how do I put this now? If someone had coconut oil, right, and maybe after
Yeah.
their skincare routine at night, instead of using moisturizer after because you know, they normally say cleanse, tone, moisturize. So instead of maybe
Yes.
using a normal moisturizer, since you are going to bed, is it what's the advantage, or is there any if you use coconut oil instead? You know, to just rub all over your face and then you go to bed. Is there an advantage to that?
No. So
Because you know people keep saying that coconut oil has all these amazing properties. So
right.
is it best to use it in the morning before stepping out, or late at night when your skin can absorb it without the effect of going outside?
None of the above. I'll tell you this for free. None of the above. Especially for the face, none of the above. Because coconut oil is highly comedogenic. Highly. So when you see that you have an oil that solidifies in room temperature, right? It solidifies in room
Yes.
temperature. Meaning if you use it on your skin, your pores, it would do the same thing. It would block your pores. And the truth is, you could use it on your feet, like in your, you know, cracked feet and your hands. But when it comes to your face, you try to look for oils that are not comedogenic. So you have oils that are lighter to penetrate into the pores because coconut oil is too thick. So you have oils like grapeseed oil, jojoba oil. One of my fave would be rosehip oil. So if you have rosehip oil, it gives you the same moisture, you know, moisture content. It helps with the hydration, you know, in terms of a moisturizer. It's anti-inflammatory. It's so perfect for people who have sensitive skin and acne-related issues. So I know it's easy to grab coconut oil because it's like, you know, it's coconut, but it has its uses. You know, you can use it, like I said, on dry areas like your feet, you know, and stuff like that. But it's, I would not tell you to use it on your face. No.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Folu says, a good number of my teachers made me want to be a teacher. Truly, the
Oh,
brains alone don't cut. The looks do too. Yes, they do.
true.
Appearance. We're visual people. Rahi says, it's beautiful listening to your sweet voice, Kay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
those are the comments that we have for now. Thank you so much, everyone who has joined us today on the Good Morning Education Show. So, I noticed towards the later part of the news, I'm not sure if Ugochi saw it, but Kay has a book actually, and I'd like her to, just give us a brief about her book.
Okay, so my
Okay.
book, my book will be out like this month, and it's called Get Noticed Skin First. It's that beauty arsenal that you just want on your shelf when you're taking a break, when you're having your tea, your green tea. You want to just read something. So basically,
Hmm.
it's like, it's, imagine you having a consultation session with me, but you're not with me in my office. So that book is like your handbook to making you understand how your skin can be irresistible. So I'm talking about things like how, you know, sleeping, exercising, what we eat, products, how to apply products. It's a whole lot, what not to do, best practices. It's a beauty arsenal. So I would say that if you're one person who doesn't understand skincare, or if you walk into a room and your skin doesn't make people go like, who is this person? Or your students don't, have that smile when you walk into the room and they're like, good morning, Miss Rosling. Like, that will tell you. When you send them out for break and you just want to just a chapter, you don't even you just take it in doses, because you can rush the book. It's a very interesting book, but you would enjoy it when you just take it in doses. When something is sweeting you and you don't want it to finish quickly, So yes.
So tell us, how can people lay their hands on this book? Is it out already?
You could send, you could give me a call on this number, or you could send a WhatsApp to this number, 0809 388 2127. 0809 388 2127. Alternatively, you can send an email to beautycage@yahoo.com. So those are the mediums that you could get through to me. And if you're on social media, you can send me a DM as well at Cage Beauty.
Okay, Cage Beauty. All right. Thank you so much, Kay. Thank you. It's been an interesting show.
Much for coming on.
I had so much fun. Thank you so much.
Yes, and thank you for sharing so much valuable information.
One last question. Do you have products? Do you have products that people can, like purchase for men and for women? Can you tell us about those products and how we can get them?
Okay, so the products I have are just my lip products. Like what I'm wearing is Cage Cosmetics. It's I own a lip brand, so that's what I have. But I do have a list of trusted skincare vendors that retailers that sell original skincare products that you're not
have endorsed.
Yes, that I have endorsed, exactly. So yes, if you send me a message, I could, depending on your location, I could say shoot you in the right direction. Like in Lagos, contact this person. In Abuja, contact this person. In Port Harcourt, stuff like that. I could actually help you do that.
Thank you so much, Kay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your wealth of knowledge. Any final words to that teacher out there listening to you this morning?
So, my darling Mr. Obi and Miss Rosling
and Miss Jane.
I just want you to get noticed skin first. I want it to be that when you're standing, even if when you're standing about to get into your car and you're stuck in traffic, the next person there is giving you a wave and and you're wondering like, why are they waving me? It's because of your skin, because you look so radiant. I want you to be happy and be intentional about your skincare, because your beauty emanates from the inside out. I want you to be kind. I want you to be kind. I want you to be kind. I can't even stress how kindness affects our beauty, and I want you to pass that beauty on to every single person you come across. Say hello with a smile. Say thank you with a smile. Talk to have fun playing with the students you have around you, because you're not going to have them for so long. And yes, if you have that Miss Jane that is pretty and Mr. Obi you don't want to say hi to, when she starts looking good and starts taking care of her skin, please let her know, because it's not easy. It's not.
I must say. Thank you so much, Kate. We'll go to final words.
Final words. I would just say that everybody, Kay has given us practical things that you can do, and she has even talked about it in a way that even if you're on a budget, you can do something. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't have money to buy products, how about you buy good food? Make sure that you incorporate the food she has mentioned into your daily and your weekly diet, because the skin is where we're going to be living in for a long time. So the earlier we start taking care of it, the better for all of us.
I agree with you. And we only have one skin, so it is our responsibility to take care of it. To take care of it. And there was something you said, high five. So you said something about self-care means taking out time, meaning that educators out there, you need to take out time. And even when you get to use all of these products and even the fruits and vegetables, they don't work overnight. So you have to be patient and you need to give it time. The key word is to be consistent, make it a lifestyle, and then eventually you get your skin noticed. So thank you so much, Kate. So much, Ugochi.
Thank you so much,
everyone.
Kay. Thank you,
Of
Nike.
viewers on the show. Thank you so much. It is always a great morning at the Good Morning Education Show. Do have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Bye.